Hi everybody, welcome to my book talk. Today I am going to be discussing 3 LGBTQ plus novels that are centered around the theme of gender identity, the importance of finding oneself, and learning to accept others who may live and see the world a little bit differently than we do. So to start, I have a few questions for you all. Who watching this has ever felt uncomfortable in their own skin? Who has looked in the mirror and felt the person looking back wasn't really them? And how about uncertain that the people you love will ever truly know and accept the real you? If you've ever felt or experienced any of those, then you would relate very well with Amanda Hardy, who is the main character in If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. Amanda is the new girl in town, and her main goal at her new high school is to lay low, make friends, and live a normal life. However, her beauty attracts the attention of some of the guys on the football team at school, namely Parker and his best friend Grant. So one day at lunch, Grant approaches Amanda to ask her out for Parker, but Amanda isn't interested in Parker, especially not with handsome and reliable Grant on her radar. It's clear from the way that he acts that Grant finds her attractive, too, and as their relationship grows to become something deeper and romantic, Amanda finds herself met with a serious dilemma. Her past haunts her in the form of her old name, Andrew, and the horrors that she faced in the previous town she used to live in with her mother. Amanda is a newly transitioned transgender woman with indelible scars from her life back in Georgia. This new town in a different state and different school was supposed to be kind of like a fresh start, a safe haven for her to be who she really is, and a chance for her to form a better relationship with her father, who has been absent for most of her life. And now she must decide whether or not she will reveal her old truths to the boy that she loves and her newly found friends, and not only risk losing them, but her own safety from the aggression of bigots in the town. If I Was Your Girl is a fantastic story about accepting identity, both of oneself and others' identity. And if you enjoy books like this, you can find similar stories in the novels Tomorrow Will Be Different by Sarah McBride and History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. Now, just like Amanda struggles with other people's acceptance of her, Riley Kavanaugh in Symptoms of Being Human by Jeff Garvin is plagued by an unshakable self-consciousness and buzzing bouts of dysphoria that results in almost out-of-body experiences. Riley is a recent transfer to a public high school from a private Catholic school and has high hopes that the experiences of teasing from the old school will vanish at the new one now that there's no gender-conforming uniforms involved and nobody knows that Riley's father is a public figure, Congressman Kavanaugh. This proves not to be the case as Riley experiences harassment about clothes, physical appearance, and constant commentary about genitals. Riley is able to find some refuge from the verbal harassment in the company of friends. Solo, a nerd who joined the football team, and Beck, a somewhat male-presenting girl who Riley begins to fall in love with while continuing to hide a secret that nobody but Riley's therapist knows. Riley is gender fluid, and each day wakes up feeling a different gender than the day before, wishing desperately to dress in the clothes that represent the gender presentation of the day. Riley's therapist suggests starting a blog about being gender fluid in order to take some of the pressure off from keeping the secret that everybody in Riley's life doesn't know about, which results in some unexpected circumstances as the online persona Alex takes form. Symptoms of Being Human is a relatable story. It acknowledges the everyday struggles of what it truly means to be a person. Stories with some similar aspects include The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, both the novel and the book, and Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. Now, let's see. In a different way to Amanda and Riley, whose stories are both presented as realistic fiction, Sam lives in a town that's touched by fantastical elements that blur the line of reality. In When the Moon Was Ours by Anna-Marie Mclemore, an old and practically collapsed water tower in a small town is pulled down by the townspeople so that it won't fall unexpectedly and ruin the crop of pumpkins or the forest around it. So when the water tower crumbles, the people are in for a massive shock. Inside is a little Mexican girl named 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛 who fears pumpkins and whose wrists sprout roses like another appendage. A Pakistani boy from the town named Sam, who is about the same age as 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛, rushes to the mysterious girl's side to comfort her. When Sam's neighbor volunteers to take the girl in and raise her, Sam and 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛 are able to grow up from children to teenagers together, each of them doing what they can to bring the other one happiness. 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛 misses the light of the moon, so Sam begins to paint metal moons to hang on the tree branches between their houses and all around town so that everyone can feel the comfort of their light. 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛 brings Sam the never-failing loyalty of friendship. As the two grow, they begin to fall in love with each other. However, a group of 4 teenage sisters called the 𝐵𝑒𝑛 girls, who are known as witches by all the other townspeople for their ability to make every man fall in love with them, begin to lose their powers. And they become convinced that 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛's roses are what will have the ability to bring them back. The 4 end up discovering that Sam has a well-hidden secret, and then they end up blackmailing 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛. Under the pressure and torment of these strong-willed sisters, will 𝑀𝑜𝑜𝑛 be able to keep Sam's secret? When the Moon Was Ours is a love story with elements of magic and fantasy that give it just the right amount of thrill. Other stories that are kind of like this include the graphic novel 100 Demons by Linda Berry and We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. So, thank you for listening to my talk. I hope that you found these books kind of intriguing and want to give them a read. And just remember, you're not alone in the way that you feel. In fact, you may be wondering why I, a cis woman, am the one talking to you about gender identity at all. I chose these inspiring novels because I have been happily married to my transgender wife for 2.5 years now. So I do have some firsthand experience with it. The issues that being part of the LGBTQ plus community seem to cause, they're not something to be feared. They're something to be embraced. And these novels, with their strong and brave main characters, they prove that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And most importantly, they encourage you to be you.